Welcome back to the Graybeard Podcast. I am Jim, and with me today I have a local tattoo artist here. He's located out off Corey Road in Mandarin, and right by the old skate station, library, all that good stuff. But please welcome Christian Rodriguez.
Thank you guys for having me.
There it is.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was super excited about this. Not gonna lie, I was
really?
at work tattooing. I was talking to my client. I'm like, I'm really excited.
I got a podcast tonight.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's gonna be dope.
I mean, it would be cooler if we had like 1 million followers, you know, and like
hey, look,
more people
soon,
could
I was
see
just
you.
telling him, I'm like, man, that name, the Graybeard Podcast, it got a ring to it.
You like
man.
it?
Yeah, I do. I do. It got a ring to it. For sure.
I've been thinking about changing it.
I don't do that, man. I don't do that, man. You guys came so far, man.
Everybody I talk to, and I say that to, they're like, "Don't do that.
No,
it's
man,
good."
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it works. I've already got like all kind of merch and stuff like that going, so it's like,
yeah, you locked in now, man.
Yeah, you know. But now I'm like, what if I shave my beard? What happens then? You know, then it's just
the gray stub.
Yeah, the old man podcast, which is basically what it represents. I'm just an old fart. How long you been out here in Jax, dude?
So, I was born and raised in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I came to Jacksonville about 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I've been tattooing for about 5, so I found my passion here in Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah, it was a blessing.
Nice.
It was a blessing to kind of get away from a lot of the distractions that I had back home.
A lot of distractions from Jersey?
Yeah, man. It was just...
What kind of distractions?
Oh, come on now. I mean,
we won't put you on blast.
Just life in general. You know, growing up, you know, you become a product of your environment, man. Yeah. And, you know, just the people that I had around me at the time weren't really doing much for themselves, you know. So me growing up, it was kind of like I was living in the same thing. And it's just like me being able to come to Florida gave me an opportunity to sit and be by myself and think to myself, you know, and really try to find myself, you know, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I did have an idea of like, you know, where I wanted to be in life. I'm like, I have these desires in my life of a lifestyle that I picture for myself, and I wasn't really attacking it because I didn't know how. Yeah. So I started learning.
So did you move here by yourself?
So originally my mom was already here.
Okay.
So I decided to come here, come see her. She was pretty down bad on glaucoma. Still is. But I came over here to spend more time with her. Her husband at the time had passed away. So I was like, I can't leave my mom out there alone. Yeah. And it was a perfect opportunity for me to leave. You know, it's like I need to go over there and be with my family, you know.
That's the best motivation, to be with family.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I came over here, and it's been pretty good. You know?
Like it in Florida?
Yeah, I moved away from my mom like the first year that I lived with her when I came back. Man. But you know, it was like it was like, you know, I'm still there for her. I still take care of her.
Yeah,
you know
of course.
She's still there.
Just need your own space.
Yeah, I need my own space, my own privacy.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, y'all are about the same age, ain't you?
Yeah. Okay.
I just turned 28 last week.
28? Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Oh, dude, I'm like almost 50.
Okay.
I got y'all both.
Like 35, 40?
No, dude. I wish. You don't got to put on the pleasantries for me. I know I'm old.
Yeah.
But it's all good, though.
We know
man.
too.
Just getting...
What'd you say? What the fuck did you say?
We not
yeah, I don't like saying a number, but I just say I'm close to 50.
Nah, okay.
No,
not
but
too bad.
No, it's good, man.
I'm about to be 28. My birthday's on the 11th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Appreciate that.
You know, we should have waited till then, till the 12th. But
it's all good, man.
It's all good, yeah. But hey, man, well, I hope you got any good plans for your birthday? Or?
So, for my birthday, I'm actually prepping all week.
Let me guess, you're gonna work.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be working, man. The 11th, I actually just bought a home a couple days ago.
Nice.
So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So
it's tough.
Right now I've been moving in the move. Yesterday I spent the whole day just like moving.
Yeah.
Trying to get my stuff over there and organized.
Buying a house right now is tough.
It is, but I found a pretty good deal and the numbers are right. So I was like, yeah, I'm on it, man.
That's all it takes.
Yeah,
when
man.
Them numbers jive,
the numbers are right, man. You gotta take
you're
it.
in there.
But yeah. So our 1 year anniversary is on the 13th.
Really?
Yeah. So
dope.
My birthday, I'm gonna be spending it organizing for the 13th.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, what steered you into the world of tattoo?
So, I used to be a painter, not actual painting, but I was like a painter and a roofer.
Okay.
Construction. And I was doing it for a while, but when I would come home from work, I used to always just pick up my pencil and just kind of draw. Like, you know, I would freehand a bunch of like cartoonish looking designs, you know, and I was just drawing a lot. And at the time, I had somebody who I had met here in Jacksonville that was like a really good friend of mine. And they were like, you should get a tattoo machine. And I'm like, I should. And I decided to order one on Amazon. I went crazy. I like the first month, I literally tatted like almost my whole leg, basically, all this.
Really?
I tatted it all up, and I kind of like fell in love with it. And I just remember like messaging my boss at the time, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, I don't think I'm gonna come into work no more." And I just quit because I had a little bit of money saved up. You know, wasn't enough. I definitely reached some hardship, but it wasn't enough to it was enough to have me continue to like, you know, tattoo and live and pay my rent, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, just decided to go all in on it.
What was like, did you work in a shop here first? Or?
Nah, I was working from home.
You just okay.
Yeah, I was tattooing from home. Yeah, like terrible conditions. Didn't really like know much of it, you know. I was just trying to like keep myself alive really at the time, because when I
friends and family and stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know too many people over here.
Gotcha.
You know, like this was like still my second year here, and when I came here, I was just working construction, so I was outside all day, and not really like meeting new people, you know. But when I started tattooing, I started exploring more. I started like meeting new people, getting in contact with just like, I would go to the skate park and just tell people like, yo, I'm a tattoo artist, man. They'll be like, oh shit, like they come through and they come get tatted, and my name just kind of started getting around a little bit more like that. Then I had a friend that was like, oh, I know a buddy that's opening a tattoo shop, and it was like by Eureka Gardens, the middle of the projects. And I'm like, let's do it, you know, because there was no shops out here. Like, I was trying to get an apprenticeship, and there was a lot of shops that weren't giving me the opportunity, or were just asking for a price that I was not able to pay at the time.
Right.
It may have been worth it, may have not, I'll never know. But at the same time, like, I couldn't afford it in that time. And I was like, I really need some type of guidance. I think in life we all need mentors and somebody to kind of look up to. So I was trying to seek that, but I didn't really land that. So I landed in the shop, and dude was just like, look, I'm going to just tell you this much booth rent, you know, and basically try to make that booth rent every week. And I was like, all right, cool. So at the time I had a little bit of, you know, clients flowing. So I was like, I think I could afford what he was asking for, just to kind of be official in the shop, not bring people to my home no more, you know. So I dove into that, and I was in that shop for a little while. Ended up leaving there, and then I was tattooing from home for a little while too. Yeah.
And then you just decided, I'm going to open my own place.
Yeah. So, so I missed one step. When I was tattooing from home, this was last year. Last year, I decided to move to North Carolina. I was going through a lot of hardship, like here in Jacksonville. Wasn't really focused. Wasn't hanging around the right people. And I told myself, I'm going to move to North Carolina. Don't know why. At the time, I was in a relationship, and me and her were just kind of looking through TikTok, and we were like, well, let's go over here. And we decided to move to Wilmington. Shout out Wilmington Tattoo and Piercing. It was a dope shop.
Nice.
Went there. I was tattooing there for a while, and me being in a well-structured shop, I would like look around and see how everything was moving and going. And for me, like, I always wanted more for myself. You know, I never seen myself. I see myself more as a businessman as well as, you know, just a tattoo artist. You know, I have a lot of plans and desires for myself that I'm trying to achieve, and I'm like, I need to go ahead and start my business. I need to, you know, get some people and lead some people in the right direction. And, you know, I decided I'm gonna move back to Jacksonville. And I moved back to Jacksonville. I opened up my shop exactly, I want to say, this time last year, I was just putting everything together.
Wow.
For my first shop,
Yeah, no, I mean, we've trolled through your page.
Right.
And you got some really cool, like, innovative type ideas. Like, what is that sip and
Ink and Sip.
Ink and Sip.
Ink and Sip. Yeah, man, I love that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, explain that.
Okay, so Ink and Sip is really it's a little crash course with a little bit of fun. You know, like, we have a DJ that comes. Shout out DJ Gonzo. DJ Gonzo will come and play some good house music or some jazzy music. We switch it up. We put Spanish music. Just really what the theme is and the vibe is. Everybody would come in. In front of them is a whole tattoo setup.
Wow.
So when we start, I'll go ahead and describe what's on the tray, describe what we'll be doing, and just how everything works, and basically teaching them how to do basic tattooing on fake skin.
Wow.
You know, and they love it, man. They enjoy it. It's
now,
really fun.
The people that come to this, are they like
They're
aspiring tattoo artists?
There are people that are either just coming for a date night or people that are aspiring tattoo artists. Then we have some that just want to hang out.
So it's kind of like painting with a twist.
It's like painting with a twist,
but tattoos.
yeah.
I like it.
Tattoo is very informative too. I definitely dropped some gems in there. You know,
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I'm sure it was the overhead was not low.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seemed like it worked out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, how many times have you done that? Just
So far I've done it about 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah,
and they're all four.
All 4 were
successful.
Fully seats.
Nice.
Yeah, man. It was
for
great.
you, man.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
And my team loves it too. You know, it gives them an opportunity to meet new people and connect with them. You know,
Yeah.
and just really just all around, just network. You know,
Yeah,
it's cool.
Okay, so how many people do you have working with you now or for you?
Okay, so right now it's me.
Caught him off guard.
He
just added some people.
Yeah,
I think.
I did just add some people. So me, DJ, Nat, Fabian, Kay, Reek, Tiara, Danny, K.
Damn.
And Dom. There's 10 of us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's 10 of us.
That's
we're
a
growing.
lot of people
yeah,
under one
we're-
roof.
Yeah, we're growing. Well, we're kind of like a duplex. So we got a second studio. We're about to officially open up, but right now
Okay.
we've been under the same roof.
Nice.
But yeah, so we got 2 studios right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
man.
it's supposed to be opening up on the 13th.
And shout out to all you guys that work in Jaguar
Yeah,
Tattoos.
shout out to the whole team, man. Yeah, I wish they could be here with me right now, man.
I mean, but they could be watching. I know there's
they.
TVs
Oh, I know.
in
I know
there.
for sure they're locked in right now. I know for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, hop
They're
in
at
the chat.
shop.
Or you need to be tattooing.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
they're
the
at the
chat.
shop right now. You guys just keep doing what you're doing, man. They're great. Love
Don't
them,
let me
man.
get y'all in trouble.
Now they're cool, man. They're a great set of people. Like honestly, like I'm really blessed to have them. It was the way they some of them came onto my team was in a very crazy time, a very crazy like manner that it kind of happened. But when we locked in, it just felt like family.
Yeah.
For real, you know, like I don't really feel like any of them feel like a stranger or nothing like that. You know, like it really feels like genuine like a family.
Good. I was going to ask you, like, how do you keep? Because it seems like, I mean, everything I've seen on your page and all, because you only know what you know, and
Right,
it's just the
right,
videos
right.
that you post, and
Right.
the pictures, and the things that the other
That's
people.
what we're given, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and but it seems like there's a really good like team vibe,
Dynamic, yeah.
very good dynamic. How do you keep that going though?
Keeping myself going.
Yeah.
Really. You know, me, I like to set the tone in the shop, and when I come in, you know, I actually do courses with my team like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're constantly like just trying to improve in our craft and kind of grow. All of us have been tatting for like 5 years or less, so we're kind of more of a fresher like new shop. Got some really great talented artists, but you know, with us, like I do a lot of things that gets us all working together. You know, I don't see myself as like a tattoo shop boss. Like I don't go and just be like, oh, I'm here to collect rent or try to take a percentage out of your cut. You know, everything I do, I reinvest into my team, and your team will see that. You know, your team will appreciate that if they see that you're there for them and that you're constantly trying new things to get them all together and keep moving. They're gonna appreciate you, and they're gonna tell you too. You know, like I have some team members that will pull me to the side sometimes and be like, yo, I really do appreciate you, man, for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good. It makes me keep going, you know?
No, I like that.
Because they're part of the process, you know? And they're part of the journey. So it's like, gotta
100%,
embrace them.
man.
Gotta embrace them.
That is, I mean, in just leadership role, I've been in leadership roles my whole life,
Right.
just about. And that is like one of the biggest things is like leading by example.
By example, yeah.
And putting, you know, investing back into the business and to your people.
For sure.
Something I think is missing from a lot of corporate type jobs today is they don't invest in their people.
Right. And that's because a lot of these corporate jobs, I mean, like, they see their people as, you know, employees that are going to help them build their dream.
Right.
But, like, my thing is, like, I see all my artists as just artists that I'm trying to allow and help them follow their dreams.
Right.
You know, like I'll come in sometimes. I know sometimes they're probably like, here we go again. But I come in like every morning or like I'll message the group chat with some like deep motivational text for them. Just stuff that I wake up and like feel when I'm up. You know, I'm up at like 5 a.m. every day. You know, so like when I'm up getting at it, I'm like ready to message them.
That's
you
huge
know?
for a tattoo artist. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. yeah, man. I
no shade to any other tattoo artist, but
Nah,
them
yeah.
guys, you know, usually they don't even start till 10 o'clock. They,
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
then so that means they get in at 11.
Well, I do start my schedule. Like all my appointments, the earliest they'll start is at 9. But like I dedicate my first 2-3 hours when I'm waking up to like just stillness and just really trying to either meditate or read some books that I've been reading, you know, and just trying to get my mind right before going in.
It's healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy, and it's just there's a lot that's going on a day-to-day basis, you know, and we're trying to like get stuff rolling. One of us got to stay sane.
Yeah, you got to manage that sanity.
Yeah, managing it, you know.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. I was gonna ask you what some of your I don't know if it's not inspiration or somebody like that you look up to,
like
in
mentors and stuff.
Mentors or just people that you look up to in the tattoo game, you know.
In the tattoo game, definitely. There's
or art and you know, in general.
Yeah. For tattoo artists, I want to say there's a guy named Corey Lopez and somebody named Adrian Sanchez. They call him Black Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
They're both from Barcelona. Beautiful tattoo. One of them specializes in black and gray realism.
Mm-hmm.
The other one does color hyperrealism. So it's just beautiful work. And they also, you know, they also do some stuff to kind of get back to their audience and, you know, learn from them as well too. So like I try to go ahead and take tips off of them as well.
Oh, that's
you know?
good.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to circle back. You know, you had talked about there's not a lot of tattoo shops or owners that want to kind of give you know, take on an apprentice.
Right.
You know, now that you're a shop owner,
Right.
like, are you being different?
I got 2 apprentices right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 apprentices at the moment. Now, I don't just take anybody though. Like, you know, for me, I do want to see that you're willing to take the steps that you need
Right.
to be a part of this team, because I'm gonna expect just straight drive when you come in. Because in the beginning stages, if you're not hungry for it, I don't think you ever will be.
Yeah,
You know,
and
because
it's visible.
It's so visible. You know, you could tell if somebody has it, or I do really well at telling if somebody's intentions are pure to what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're gonna come in and I could tell you just want to tat to get money or do it for the females, like I'm gonna recognize that and I'm gonna let you know and be like, look, you're not the right fit for here. I'm not gonna go and be problematic, but you're not the right fit for here. You know, my whole team with them, like they're all genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really see like that tattooing is like a big part of their lives. You know, it's not just something that they have to come in and do. You know, like this is something that they take serious. That is like they're paying their bills at home and they take it serious. So it's like I'm gonna pour in as much as they pour into themselves into them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you get out what you put in
Yeah.
for sure. In that, well, that's good, man. Because it's like, you know, you hear that a lot, and I know, you know, I'm a photographer, you know, and doing this, I didn't have anybody teaching me how to do any of this, you know, and photography I learned when I was like, you know, 18 or whatever.
Right.
So I've been doing it for a long time, with a small break. But it's like, you know, when I came back to shooting, it was like all new, everything's digital, and it's like I got to learn all this shit again, and no one was there to teach me. You know, there were online courses, but I was broke.
Right.
Just got out of a marriage. When you get out of a marriage, you're like, you ain't got no money.
Yeah,
and
no,
your
it's
credit
expensive.
sucks. Yeah, everything's expensive.
Yeah.
But you know, so it's always good to see when someone gives back.
Right.
You know, and that was ultimately, like, that was the point of this podcast in the beginning, was just me trying to, everything I learned, dump it into an audio format or on the YouTube channel. And then it just kind of, you know, mutated into, I'm just interviewing everybody now. You know, so, but no, I love to hear that you're, you know, giving back. And yeah, man, they gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry, man.
Look, man, like, I've met so many people that have wanted to learn either how to be a photographer, how to, you know, play drums. I'm a musician. It's been years. You know, I got rid of all my gear.
Man, I've been practicing a little bit on the guitar.
Have you?
DJ, one of my artists, DJ and Fabian, they're nice with the guitar, man.
Nice.
They've been teaching me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, and I think it's great. And I mean, I think music is such a huge part of life.
For sure.
You know, I mean, I think ultimately, that's going to be.
They got frequencies, man.
Yeah.
Music
That's what I was just going to say. I think that's going to be, I mean, even if language and like the spoken word goes away, there's always going to be music.
Yeah.
Like, it's showing
some
emotion.
type of melody is going to be playing.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I got off on that tangent.
No,
it just kind of happens, man. My brain goes all over the place.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, like, what's something you can say to the audience as far as like what it took you to get back and learn all that to get started again? Because you said it was kind of like you had to refresh your memory, you know? So it's like, what type of lengths did you take to get there?
Well, first of all, I decided that was something I really wanted to do. There was no one pushing me to do it, no one urging me to do it. It was just literally, for me, it was something I felt like I needed to do. Honestly, the reason I got back into photography was, you know, I was a pretty heavy drinker. I'll just say I'm an alcoholic. You know, I'm 8 years.
I was gonna say you're not an alcoholic, not
Well,
anymore.
he hates that. He hates
Yeah.
to say that, but I mean, you know, some people will say, "Well, once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic."
No.
But
Right.
At any rate, yeah, it's been
8
like
years.
it's been almost 8 years for
Right.
me that I haven't touched a
Right.
drop. But when I got off the sauce, I was like, I need something to take my time.
For sure.
So I poured everything into that. And
sure.
yeah, I did sign up online courses just to
Right.
refresh and to figure out digital cameras and stuff like that. But the biggest part was just doing it.
Doing it.
Get out and do the work.
For sure.
You know, and I did so many free gigs,
Right.
so many free photography shoots, you know, photo shoots and stuff, and they probably sucked, you know.
But you still kept doing it.
yeah, I kept doing it, and people, even the ones that were shitty, they were like,
Right.
"I love these," and I'm
Right.
like, oh, "Really?"
Yeah.
So it just fueled me
Right.
to get more involved and to learn more. And like I said, every time I learned anything, whether I learned it on my own or
Right.
or on YouTube University,
Right.
you know, I would share it with the class. You
For
know, I would
sure.
share it with as many people as possible.
Right.
But, you know, and then I just kind of started going to these networking events and stuff that I could find
Yeah.
for photographers and models.
Yeah.
And that's where I met a lot of
It's
our
important. It's
mutuals.
important. It is important to go to those events and be in rooms. So in the beginning of last year, I told this to my team, and you know, it was something that stuck with me too. Is like I was like, this whole year I'm gonna put myself in rooms with people that know stuff that I don't.
Right.
And that's all I was doing in the first 6 months that I opened up the shop. I was going to different seminars. This year was the first year that I went to a tattoo convention and
Okay.
the Villain Arts convention. I got third place at that
Nice.
convention. Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was fun. It was a dope piece. I had it was like an optical illusion piece. I'm not sure if you've seen the one that I
The
did
time
with
place?
Time
Is
and Place.
it on
Yeah.
your?
So it wasn't that one. It was the one up top.
Oh, okay.
If you go up top right there,
Right here?
yep,
This
the
one?
statue of Dave.
Is that? Oh, it's a video.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. It'll pop up. It'll come a little closer.
I like
My
I like the
bald head.
BTS. That's
But
cool.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a really neat piece. It healed up so beautifully too.
Whose idea was
But
that?
yeah, it was mine.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I really like the idea of doing like the little optical illusions. It's
Mhm.
sick, man. The one with Time and Place was great too.
Yeah, yeah. Those are good. Those are good people.
Yeah, I want to continue to keep doing more of those.
That style.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're dope, man. They're fun. It's very tedious.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your number one style is?
So my number one style would be doing like, I would say fine line realisms.
Okay. Black and gray.
Black and gray
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. I do like to do a lot of anime pieces as well.
Hey,
too. Yeah, I
I'm
love
an
working-
anime nerd.
Nice.
Hello.
what's your favorite? What's your favorite anime?
Oh God, I have too many.
Too many?
Too many. But
Top
like,
three.
Top two.
you know, I don't want. I don't.
It's
'cause
hard,
I
yeah,
got
I know.
old
I
school.
know,
I
it's
got
hard.
new school. I got medium school. But
Right,
like
right.
Vampire Hunter D has always been like one of my.
Okay.
It's in my heart.
Right,
you
right.
know, like
I haven't seen that one.
never seen it. Oh, well, if you do now, I would just tell you to buy a Blu-ray or
Right.
find it because they changed the dubbing and they changed the whole the whole script.
Right.
It's completely different, and I just watched it on Hulu. I think it's on, and it sucked so bad. I
Damn,
was
that
trying to
sucks.
show it to my girlfriend, and I'm like. I was telling her, I was like, that's not what he said in the original. I have a VHS
Right.
of it. That's
Right,
how
right.
old it is.
Okay.
You know, that's how old.
Really showing your age here, Jim.
Shut your fucking mouth. But yeah, no, that was one of my favorites. That was one that kind of got me going.
Okay.
Of course, there was like Dragon Ball Z kind of
Right,
got
right.
you going. But
You ever seen Tokyo Revengers?
yes.
That's like one
Yes.
of my favorite ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's very good.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones though.
Yeah,
It's-
there is for sure.
I'm trying to burn through like the Crunchyroll, like
Right.
that whole catalog. There's certain things like Slice of Life and like romance.
Right.
I'm not a big fan
I
of.
haven't been able to sit down and really watch.
I know you busy.
Yeah,
man.
I haven't been able to sit down and really watch too much TV, but I definitely want to take some time one of these days.
Yeah,
it's kind of sick.
I give you a
watch,
list.
Watch that. Yeah, send it over, man. Send it over.
I follow on TikTok
Right.
and you know people that like they do reviews
Right.
and so they'll post like top 3 whatever and I'm like oh cool and I'll check them out and then I'll go watch them and of
Right.
course you fall in love with them
Right.
but yeah there's so many cool ones even the shitty ones are kind of good. I'm just saying they're putting out a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man's dope. What I
That-
like doing is like sometimes my clients will come with these anime pieces,
Mhm.
and I'll try to find like certain clips on the show and just really just watch the show a little bit before they actually come in, so I can kind of have
Get
like,
the energy.
an idea of the
Yeah.
energy, feel like I'm about to go in on them.
See,
Oh, night way, you gotta go up a little higher. Nice, dude. That's sick, man. That's sick. Whoever did that did really well.
Yeah,
That's
she's
sick.
a realism artist. She's got her own shop in Orlando right now. I think it's
Nice.
Evermore Tattoos. I
Evermore.
believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice name too.
Yeah, no, but she was awesome. She did that. She posted. She's like, It was a different one, a different like hand where his hands were or whatever. He was doing like this or something. But she
That's
posted
dope.
that, and I was like, she goes, I want to do this design,
Right.
$500, and I
Right.
texted her. I was like, Chris, can we do this one? And I sent her the picture with the heart, and she goes, fuck yeah. I was
Right.
like, I bet I got you. It was like 11 and a half hours in the chair. I didn't
Nice.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot too.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Like right on that fucking hip bone.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
did good, dude.
no, she did
11
real
and a half
good.
hours is crazy.
Yeah, it was 2 days, not 1 day. I would have died.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Who's that reminded me, like I saw a TikTok earlier that was like talking about the difference between guys and girls sitting in chairs. Like who
Oh, man. You know what I'm gonna say,
who
man?
sits the best?
The women,
Of
man.
course.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do have some dudes that can come in and just like sit like a rock, not even flinch, But for the most part, the women, and I'm gonna say this why, because women often come either for like the most sensitive areas when they come and get tattoos. Like if you notice, like a lot of times, like girls come and get their first tattoos, it's on a
always
rib,
right there.
on
Yeah.
a rib, or
Mhm.
like just these really sensitive areas, and I always see them like take it.
This thing,
Yeah, the
the
sternum,
new
yeah.
tramp stamp.
Yeah, the sternums,
My
definitely.
girlfriend has one.
They sit well though. Like I don't know, man.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
they
women
sit
have
well.
a higher pain tolerance.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
I've
do.
heard.
Yeah, that's what they say.
what I've
They
heard.
got. Well, I mean, they give birth, bro.
Well, I said they definitely give birth. So
Yeah, they give life.
yeah, more
Like,
power to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Much
Damn.
respect.
for sure. Right.
Yeah.
So how do you and I don't want to, if your people are watching, I don't want them to, I'm not trying to like single people out or anything,
Right,
but
right.
like how do you, when you're selecting people to come work in your shop and take a chair, are you like thinking about like, okay, you're a realism, you're this, I need, so that way you have like the whole
Variety.
variety of the gamut, like, are you just like,
No.
I like your energy?
I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
And where do you see yourself? Like, what do you want to? What can you like also do for yourself to get better? What kind of ways, strategies are you doing to kind of improve? I haven't really gotten too many artists to where they just specialize on one thing. A lot of them are just pretty versatile, like open to taking on a challenge.
Right.
And so really for me, it's more about the energy, the vibe. Like, what kind of vibes are you bringing into the
Can you
shop?
hustle?
Yeah, can you hustle? What kind of vibes are you bringing in? Are you a good team worker? Do you get along with people?
Yeah.
And I can kind of feel that, all that, like, off
You
the
are a
energy.
businessman. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Well, for me, it's like, I see a lot of, or I've had people also say to me, like, like, when are you going to get somebody that's like, like doing these crazy pieces? And I'm like, yeah, it would be nice. Like, they haven't came yet our way, for one. But if they do, even if they did do amazing designs, if their personality wasn't there and their ego was out of the roof, I don't want that, because I don't want that. I think, how do I say it? I think personality can sometimes be a disease if brought to the room.
I was just going to say
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
Like it's like the rotten apple
Right.
effect.
And if people bring that into the shop and I'm not there, like, it might linger around, if one of my artists come in.
My favorite saying, Evan Hafer, owner of Black Rifle Coffee,
Right.
mindset is more contagious than any disease.
It is.
It is.
It really is.
It is a contagion.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it with
Even
like,
within yourself,
and
what I'm
especially
saying?
in groups of people.
Yep.
Everybody gets that group think.
That one person panics, you bound the other two are going to feel that person's energy of panicking, and they're going to naturally feel like they have to panic.
100%.
So it's like, for me, I'm very specific as to like what kind of
The vetting.
and what
Yeah.
kind of energy I'm bringing in and stuff, because I do care about my artists a
Well,
lot.
it takes that. It takes someone who's, for me, like this is exactly why. I've tried to start my photography business
Right.
like 5 times,
Right.
and every time I get fed up because I'm doing all this free shit, or like I'm underpricing myself
Right.
or whatever the case, but I'm just a horrible business person when it comes to like actually running the business side,
Right.
because I get into this mindset, and I know I've met other artists that are like, I'm an artist. I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to know about business. I just want to come in and do the
come
work.
in and do the work. Yeah, and I agree. I definitely have some artists. A majority of my artists are kind of like that. They just want to come in, they want to tattoo and feel comfortable where they tattoo, and they all just want to get better.
Yeah.
For me, you know, I have a lot of other different things that I want to do. You know, I'm getting into real estate and,
Nice.
you know, just trying to keep expanding myself. And for me, man, I'm all about really business, and you know, my craft is something that I enjoy doing. Like I tattoo because I enjoy doing. I really these days, like I haven't been taking on things that I don't want to do. You know, it's just something that like I want to feel like eager to do your tattoo. I want to feel very passionate. I do take walk-ins though. You know, there'll be times where I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'll take a walk-in because I'm never gonna shy away business. You know? If you hit me up, I'll probably be like, can we change it up a little bit? You know, and if you don't agree with it, I'll probably give you somebody who's willing to, you know, work with you and really get you right at our team. I mean, we got 10 people, so like somebody's gonna take care of you.
Well,
know?
that's like, I don't know. You know, I'm friends with a barber.
Right.
He's one of my good buddies. His name is Will Todd, and you know, he's one of the best out here in Jacksonville. But you know, like it's kind of like this. It's different, but it's the same. You know, and the reason I say that is because it's like trust your artist.
Right.
You know, trust the barber, trust the tattoo artist. You know, because it's like if you have an idea and they ask you to say, hey, can we do it like maybe we'll turn it this way, maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger because there's a lot of detail, composition, whatever it is, and you should trust their kind of like just go with it.
For sure.
You know, because you're not an expert. I mean,
we put a lot of years and time into
and you know,
right.
in business they always say the customer's always right, but that's not always true.
It's not always right. I want to say it's not always right for sure. I mean, customers come in sometimes and tell you what you should be pricing, you know, and that's something too that you gotta have to be like, no, it's not gonna be this much, you know, it's gonna be this much because of blah, say blah. A lot of people, like, nothing irks me more than when people come in for small tattoos and they're like, really? That should only take like 10 minutes. Like, how do you know how long?
You gotta pay for the needles.
Yeah. How do you know how long it should take?
Yeah.
You
How
know,
much
like,
flash do you have on your body?
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I've always told my tattoo artists, because I like American traditional and I have black and gray and stuff, but I always have them draw it out first, and I say, whatever you have creative freedom on this, just show it to me first, and if I like it, then that's fine.
And that's the right way to do it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And the price is the price, man.
Yeah.
The price is the price, man. Yeah, you can't
Respect the
really
business.
fight it.
Yeah.
And tip people, man.
Jesus.
Right. Tip them.
Do y'all get people that don't?
Yeah, but you know, it's like, I don't.
Maybe they don't know the etiquette.
Yeah, sometimes some people don't know. I'm not gonna educate them there and then.
Yeah.
I just kind of let it be, man.
My very first tattoo, I have this like weird mechanical spider on my chest that I regret.
Right.
I'm probably gonna get it covered up eventually, but like I went with a girl. We went to Inksmith and Rogers out on Beach Boulevard.
Right.
I think it's still there.
Oh, yeah.
But she was getting a tattoo, and she goes, "You need to get a tattoo. Come on, I don't want to be the only one getting a tattoo." I was like, "I don't want a fucking tattoo," you know. And she was like, "Just get." I was like, "All right." But I didn't tip. You know, it was like a $60 tattoo, and I didn't know.
Right.
I was fucking. I just turned 18 or 19. And I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, and I feel really bad too because they did a really good job.
How long has Inksmith and Rogers been open?
Oh, for 150,000 years.
They're world renowned. I'm pretty sure they're world renowned.
Wow, that's awesome.
There's posters of them all over Europe.
Yeah, nice.
Jacksonville Tattoos.
Yeah, they're starting to. They have like
They're starting to expand and grow. Nice,
yeah, they've
man.
been around for a long time.
Nice.
I don't know how long, but
This fucking Yahoo shit. Hold on.
oh, yeah, you got to hit that Google. But yeah, I don't think they have like 2 or 3 locations here in Jacksonville.
Nice.
You got 3.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to look up. Did you look up how
I was
long?
wondering if they had a Wikipedia.
Probably. Anyways.
Yeah, well, shout out to them.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, they're for longevity.
Right.
you know,
Yeah, I've definitely. I mean, it's great that they're still
1984.
1984. Wow, nice. Eric Inksmith and Paul Rogers. Nice, man.
I've
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
man.
I've taught a
Congrats.
tattoo artist that had like said there's posters of Inksmith and Rogers' work like in Europe in tattoo shops there and stuff.
Well,
like that.
I know a lot of tattoo artists will travel, like
For sure.
You know, they'll get either they'll ask a tattoo studio it's in another country,
Right.
hey, will you are you accepting artists from overseas or whatever?
Right.
And they'll have them come in to be like a guest artist,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know that happens a lot.
Yeah, that definitely does.
For sure. Do you have plans to do any of that stuff?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
I have plans of expanding.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Worldwide.
Worldwide,
for
That's
sure,
what's up,
man.
Mr.
Yeah, man.
Worldwide.
Definitely got plans of expanding.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige, bro.
Boats and hoes.
Right, boats and hoes.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we definitely plan on expanding, man. You know, like, for me, you know, I get like a lot of people often like come in and they'll talk about other tattoo shops and like try to compare stuff, but like man, I'm only competing with myself, man.
Right.
You know, me and my team, we're competing with ourselves and just trying to get better, and however amount of time it takes us to get to where we want to be, that's what it was destined to be, you know.
Right.
We're just trying to keep pushing, man, and keep going. 1 year officially now open, you know.
Yeah.
And trying to keep moving.
And you guys are gonna have piercing soon, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We're looking for a piercer right now.
Why Jaguar?
So I'm actually Peruvian.
Okay.
Nice.
One of our Amazon animals are jaguars, and it just made
cool.
perfect sense to be here. Actually, Fabian, he's one of our artists too. He's Peruvian as well.
Okay.
So he actually helped me, you know, put everything together when I first came back. He used to tattoo me before I even opened up a shop, and I was like, man, he's Peruvian. He tattoos. I wanted to see if he was still good where he was at, and when I hit him up, he was like, yo, man, I think it's about time we need to work together, man. I'm like, bet. So he came over, helped me put everything together, and we just been running it since, man. We like that
So
Jaguar.
he's still there with you now?
Yeah, for sure.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
When I first started, it was me, him, and my apprentice, K.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to both of them, man.
And I had a feeling it wasn't like, I mean, it just kind of works that you're in Jacksonville and we're
Yeah.
Jaguars.
Right,
but
right. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Wasn't even that.
No.
I like that better.
Yeah, it was a little more personal.
If it
People
was
get
about
on to
the-
me about my hate for the Jaguars. I don't
Yeah.
hate. First of all, I don't hate them.
Right.
You know, and I don't hate Jacksonville.
Right.
I've been here my whole fucking life.
I love going to the games, man. I'm not
Do
gonna
you?
lie, the games are fun.
It's
I mean,
different when you're there.
I mean, yeah, like
even if they lose.
they lose. Like I mean, they're not really my team, but
Just
like
time
you know,
went on,
Yeah,
maybe.
time went on,
I
man.
was gonna say
My team's probably worse than theirs.
if he was gonna name him after the Jags, he would have called it Cardiac Cat Studios.
Damn.
Damn,
See, that's low.
Look, listen, to
Hey,
the Jaguar team, I still love y'all,
Hey,
man.
yeah.
Go get tatted, man.
Hey, I got
No,
one.
that-
I got one.
I mean, that's all me, dude.
Yeah.
He's got none but love. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I don't hate. But you know, like you grew up in Jersey, like
For
you were
sure.
ready to get out of that place.
Right,
Like
yeah.
that's how I feel about this place.
About Jacksonville,
I just feel like there's nothing for me here,
Right.
other than other than my
I'm-
family.
right.
His face went. He's like,
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like with Jacksonville, I don't see it being my last stop.
yeah,
For sure, I don't see it being my last stop. I do love it here, but you know, I want a big family, and I just don't see myself really raising my kids here. You know,
yeah.
just personally, you know, nothing wrong with it, but just
I mean, it's a good spot for family, because we're like in the Goldilocks kind of zone.
Right.
You know, like we don't.
I mean, it depends
really-
where in Jacksonville, I guess.
Depends on where.
Yeah.
Like where I'm at right here and out like in Mandarin,
Right.
you don't really get tore up
Yeah.
by like hurricanes and
Right.
shit like that. It's crazy,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, there's probably a lot cooler places.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, like I said, I got a lot of people that have that I've friends that I've talked to and people I've met on this podcast, and they
Right.
just absolutely have nothing but love for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So
I
when
mean, Jacksonville is
when I
beautiful,
start
man. Jacksonville helped me find my passions. Man.
Yeah.
You know.
when I start talking shit though, they get mad.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you were born and raised here. You know. I think you got the right.
Yeah, I think
You
so
know, you got
too.
the right to
Yeah,
to talk about how you feel.
yeah. I mean, and I don't mean it's bad, but
Right.
you know, I just there's so much I want to explore. You
Right.
know, like my goal to retire
Right.
is like rent this house out or sell it
Right.
and just buy an RV
Yeah.
and leave.
Just
You know, me and my girl would just pack the dogs up and just go,
Hit the
and then
road.
come back once every couple months and
Yeah.
see the kids,
That's
the grandkids. You know, just hang out.
Yeah. You not
Live-
gonna take them with you?
No, no. We gotta
Need
have
some space.
no. RV's small, man. We need room. We're gonna make a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
AI will be producing by then.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you use any AI for any of your art or anything like that?
No.
As if
man.
on cue.
No.
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 No. I mean, I use
Oh,
it as a
original.
tool, though, for sure. Like, as far as
How
like,
so?
Inspirations or
like-
ideas.
more just kind of like organizing the way I format certain things, you know, and the way I kind of present things, you know,
gotcha.
mainly with words.
Yeah.
Just like with
Okay.
stuff that I'm saying, you know, just kind of really formatting everything, you know.
Yeah, it'll help you write a script or
Yeah.
or you know, like a post.
Yeah. Sometimes I might come off a little too street. Like when I type and I'm like, nah, we need to like organize it just slightly a little bit better. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
fuck a little less.
Yeah.
No, that's my problem.
Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT, say
I-
fuck less.
Yeah, I do. I do cuss a lot. You know, it's a curse that I've had since I was a kid. Fuck became my favorite word when I was like 10.
Right.
I heard my mom say it. I was
Yeah.
like, I never heard that word before, but it just
Like-
sounded so good.
Got a ring to
It
it.
was
right?
like eating chocolate for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been courting ever since.
Right.
I love it. But anyways, sorry, I don't mean to, again. We're gonna get off topic a lot.
I'm here, man. I'm here for conversations.
Like I know you work. Like you're on 24/7. Your phone's probably blowing up in your pocket right now.
Yeah, it's on silent. I had to put it on silent.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
By the way, if you need to go at any point,
no, you good. I got my assistant on top of it.
Okay, I was like, you just let me know and we'll cut it. But
man,
normally we'll just keep talking
until
until I'm about to pass out or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Like, what kind of things do you do for pastime, man? When you do have any pastime, when you got some little slice.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really either in the gym. I read a lot, bro. I spend a lot of my time reading.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I try to be outdoors.
Gym and books.
When I go have my fun, I'll try to take a little trip somewhere.
Okay.
That's really like my fun. I'm really locked in like majority of the time. If not, like, I don't really do too much, man. On my free time, I spend a lot of time at the shop
and working on
business plans. I'm painting, or like that's really like my free time too. I paint. I like to draw.
Yeah.
Other than that, like if it doesn't involve like art or just shit that makes me feel good or feel like I'm learning, I don't really like do it.
What are you painting?
Like, so right now I'm actually working on some murals in the new shop. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to put our logo up.
Very nice.
Yeah. Working on that mural.
Yeah, I was just thinking it would be a cool idea. Have everybody draw, like paint up some pieces and like maybe do like an art night, like a show.
Yeah, like a little live art.
Yeah, like a little showing or whatever. And maybe if somebody wants to buy a piece, let them buy the piece.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I love that. One of my friends, he's a photographer. He just had an art exhibit, which was cool to see, like a photographer joining an art exhibit.
Yeah,
because I'm like, none of my shit would be hanging in there. I don't really shoot like that.
So what do you like? What do you like shooting? Like
I love shooting. I like to shoot people. I do, but I really love landscapes because
landscape's beautiful, man.
Well, you don't have to like put your arm up, or whatever. Yeah, you don't have to position them, and it's just weird. And you gotta like work on their schedule. Well, you kind of do, I guess, because there's certain times of the day you're going to shoot, but
seasons and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I've pretty much shot almost every damn landscape that you can shoot here in Jacksonville. Like it's either a beach or a lake or a river or flat, some kind of stuff like that. But there's ways to get creative, and that's where I enjoy the process. Like is finding new ways to make things that look normal, like new or different.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
so like if you've seen a ladder, you've seen a ladder. It's like an A-frame, whatever. But if you can make it look cool or different, like maybe somebody don't even know. Yeah, what is that? Is that a fucking ladder? What is that?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all perspective.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's really dope.
Yeah. What have been some of your favorite pieces?
Some of my favorite pieces
that you've worked on.
So. Actually, my favorite.
Probably not posted.
No,
of course not.
That's what I'm about to say. It's not posted. Not. My favorite piece right now is actually on my assistant. She's been begging me to get a tattoo, and I'm like, well, we're gonna make something real fire. We're gonna make it worth it. And right now, I'm actually doing a Jaguar. It's like on her whole shin.
Okay.
And it's kind of just like walking forward. And
nice,
dude, it's so beautiful. I just can't wait to finish it. I just got to do the outsides.
Yeah.
To kind of make everything complete.
It's good to work with somebody you work. I mean, like working on someone that you work with.
Yeah.
Because you can just do let's just do 30 minutes today or whatever.
Right.
Just, a little bit from a little bit.
She did not. She was like, no, we're gonna do this whole shit.
She wanted to go.
She had me sitting there from like 3 p.m. I think till like almost midnight. Really.
Yeah.
I was like half asleep. I'm like, nah, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
I was like, look, we're gonna stop it right here. We're gonna let it heal up, calm down, and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah, it's probably not good for the skin to be.
It's not. I mean, after a while,
just ground beef. After
the way,
a while.
Well, yeah, it depends how you're working it. Like the way I like to work in sections. So like, even if I did have to stop, I can always come back to it and just continue going.
Yeah.
But. Nah, her skin was doing pretty well. I think it was me that tapped out, really.
Yeah.
She'll sit here and say that, too.
Yeah.
It was me that tapped out. I was, like, working all day that morning. Then she came in and was like, so we're still doing my tattoo, right? And I'm like, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah. But she gave me a little time to get my reset, eat some food and kind of get myself together. And then came in.
Went to work.
I know she's watching this right now.
Yeah.
Love you, Alyssa.
Yeah. we want to see the tattoo, the finished product.
It'll be posted up soon.
Nice. Well, that's I said, it's probably I said that because I know for myself, like there's a lot of stuff that are like shots that I've done that are my favorite that I've never posted anywhere.
If we scroll down a little bit, I feel like, there are some that I really did enjoy doing. You go down a little more. Definitely the Jesus piece, that Mexican piece right there, the Aztec. That. Yeah, that one's Puerto Rican. I actually did that for a 5K. Somebody got that for free.
Really?
Yeah, I did. When I hit 5,000 followers,
you gave one away.
I was doing one away, and she ended up, right there, and she ended up winning, and yeah, she got that.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Congrats to her.
No doubt.
Yeah, that Eminem one too. I love. That was a really fun one. For me, like my favorite pieces are like the moments that I had in those times.
Yeah.
I do like certain pieces that I've designed and put together and stuff, but it's like the experience,
like the people you work with, the people
that I've worked with, like just the moments and stuff. That one I did that freehanded. That one, that dude was funny.
Okay,
right. That boy was feeling it.
He sure was. You get some creatine.
Yeah. So get some creatine.
Oh, I love that.
A little jigsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all fun pieces. That's one of my friends from Orlando.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a Jesus piece down there. That pointillism too. That one right there. With the rose. Yeah, that was fun too. I actually did that on my trip to New Jersey.
What did you call it now?
Pointillism.
What is that?
It's basically just like...
I'm like a moron when it comes to this type of stuff.
No, you're good. So this is really just like, you see all like that dotted work shaded, and kind of really just having that main focus point on the hand and the rose.
There's depth.
Yeah, there's depth in it, just through the dotted work,
Is that stipple?
Stipple shaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a couple of things. I think.
Stipple shaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the one piece that I won as well. That was great.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Are those time and place glasses?
Yes, they are.
Fucking better be.
Yeah, they are. Always, man. Shout
got
out
you,
time and
BC.
place, man. Yeah. Always. American flag. Yeah. Yeah, but it's all about the vibes, man,
Oh, there goes a Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Naruto, but that's a good tattoo.
Why not?
I've just never really watched it. I've seen clips and stuff. I'm like, this shit looks annoying. That's a nice Oni.
Yeah. Yeah, that Jesus piece too. That was one of my favorites too.
That's good.
Enjoyed doing that. That was one of my boys from Jersey too.
Yeah.
You can feel the emotion.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a big piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll have to find me
man.
And some anime pieces and come up and see you.
Definitely come through.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Bless them.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to come by. I need some more work done soon.
Man.
Yeah,
Come
it's
through,
been a
man.
while since I've been in a tattoo studio.
You should come through, man. I love to have y'all.
I definitely I thought about coming out there, trying to get out there this week. And
those
just
flowers too. That's what I get a lot too.
the
like
flowers.
Those flowers.
Yeah, that's a new hot
The
shit with the
whiting.
girls.
Yep, like
That's such a
fine
white,
lines.
that's a white girl tattoo.
I mean, I love it though, man. So I'm actually just to give in some free game too. I'm actually working on a course right now on how to do those flowers specifically, like with the same patterns and stuff.
Okay.
I'm working on a big project right now with my boy Dennis and Davion, and yeah, we're gonna be doing a whole little crash course. And
Is that going to be like a live
it's
thing?
Gonna be, so it's gonna be something that's gonna be available on Patreon. You've heard of Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be available on Patreon. I am gonna put up some like free little clips on YouTube and stuff as well, but it's gonna be available on Patreon.
Yeah, that's something
R.I.P.
that.
Mac.
Yeah, R.I.P. Mac.
R.I.P.
You know, I
Mac.
met. So swipe right. Let's see, go to
Yeah, I
right.
saw that earlier.
Yeah, that's my dog. Hey, come on, man.
Hey.
Yo, that was a blessing, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember. That's the Divine Feminine album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a great album.
They're all good,
Yeah,
but
great
that's
album.
a really good one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where I show my age because
Oh,
I don't know who that is.
He's a good rapper.
Yeah,
he's gone now.
He's a rapper. He passed away.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
I think he joined the 27 Club, didn't he?
Yep.
Damn. Well, at least you got to meet him, man. That's
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah, that's I'm grateful for that.
Little Goku.
This is
Gohan.
the one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, you
so-
like that guy?
That is
Very nice. A lot of detail.
Yeah.
I love that. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask a question and I done forgot it.
There's too many pictures on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm like I'm my undiagnosed ADHD over here. I just get squirrel. I see him scrolling out the corner of my eye. I got to set it up to where he can see it and then just flip it to the TV whenever he gets it ready. But because it does change, it messes my brain up, man. But so you're wanting to expand here in Jax, or like do you want to start here in Jax expanding, like franchising out? Or?
Yeah, I want to start franchising out.
Okay.
No rush.
How do you do that? Like, I mean, have you researched how to do? Because like that I've talked to the owner. You know the restaurant Grumpy's.
Yeah.
So I talked to the owner, the main owner. There's like 5 of them now.
Right.
But I spoke to him right after COVID, and when they opened back up.
Right.
And it was before they started franchising.
Right.
And I did like a 30-minute interview with them. It was like one of my very first interviews, and it's never been posted anywhere.
Right.
But he told me about the franchising out and stuff, and I was just sitting there thinking about it the whole time he was talking, and I was just like, God, if I was a business owner, that would scare the shit out of me. That's so much to like kind of manage, because it's your brand,
right?
It's your face, it's your reputation on the line,
right? And it definitely is a little. I want to say it is kind of worrisome when you aren't in the shop that is a franchise of yours,
right?
You know, but. One thing that I've learned is that systems work, and if you get the right systems in place for any business that you do, it's always going to work no matter what, because the systems don't lie. You know, if something's off, it'll let you know. Right now, my main focus is expanding where we are now. Like, I'm not talking like different shops, but just expanding ourselves as a business as much as we can, to the point where it becomes a full fluent system that I can keep using in different cities.
Right.
You know, because from the hiring process to the art that's going out to the way we close down every day, like all that stuff and everything in between, is all a type of system that our artists kind of go through. Like,
so standard operating procedure.
Standard operating procedure, you know.
Yeah.
And if you got those intact and right, and can get the right, if you're supposed to hire the right people that can follow,
sure.
You know. So I mean, I know sometimes things are inevitable, things happen, you know, but with the right systems,
you also have to give trust to the individual.
Trust, yeah, for sure.
Well,
If you don't trust your artist,
that kind of leads me into something I was going to ask you about. Like, how do you keep the egos in check?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so grateful. I have not came across like
an
egotistical artist. No,
I've had to deal with some.
I had one
people that thought they were the absolute shit.
Yeah, I had one. I've came across them like when I went to the Villain Arts convention. That was my first time being in a room full of tattoo artists. Like, I've never done a convention like that. I mean, other than my shop, like, you know, I've never been in a room with that many tattoo artists. And there are some that I met that were really great, and even some that I was like seeing online for a while that did congratulate me when I did win an award. But the ratio to them to everybody else was just like,
it was a very small percentage of cool people.
Yeah, everybody was like assholes. There was this one tattoo shop here in Jacksonville as well too, and I remember going up to bro and I was like, yo, what's up, man? He was just kind of like, I was wearing my Jaguar tattoo shirt. He just kind of looked at me and was like he want to shake my hand. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, I'm cool, bro. Ain't nobody worried about you, you know.
Yeah, there's like this weird like underground, like I wouldn't say underground, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the grapevine, you know.
Right.
Everybody kind of has their ear, and people talk, and there's this weird like drama shit that goes on through the tattoo industry in Jacksonville, where they'll talk shit on other shops, on other artists, or what have you.
And I've learned that a lot too. I mean, me just working with different artists. You know, I've always heard, you know, there's always just some story behind another artist or something like that. And for me, I'm like, I don't care what your opinion is on this person, because the day I meet them, I know my relationship is going to be different than what you and theirs might have. You know?
Right.
And if it's not, then it's just not somebody I'm going to be around. You know, I don't need that. You know?
Yeah.
But
100%.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, you know, I told you, you know, I had a shop with a buddy of mine, and you know, while we were there, we were the new kid on the block.
Right.
So it was just like,
that's us.
Yeah, we got a lot of
right
shit, and you know, people didn't understand because the name of it, that was weird. It wasn't like a traditional tattoo place. Right. Because we offered so many different things, and it was, you know, like I said, unfortunate, through a stream of unfortunate circumstances. Right. It just kind of didn't work out for us. But you know, that shit happens. But again, I think it happens when you have two people that are just like, I just want to do the work. You know, there was, you know what I'm saying? There has to be somebody that's there that's like running this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to, you know, it takes a lot of discipline to kind of be an artist and still run the business at the same time. You know, it's a whole different type of drive.
It is.
You gotta have.
It really is.
And patience, like a lot of patience, especially when you're dealing with different artists, different emotions. Everybody got their own personality. Some are more sensitive than the other.
100%.
You gotta be very aware of not just them but yourself too, and how you are with them.
Situational awareness.
Situational awareness, emotional awareness, like all that. You know, you really need to have it. I have a lot of females in my shop, so like with them as well too. Like I try to make sure the guys aren't too much on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like just as far as like, you know, sometimes like the bros will accidentally slip and talk like the bros with a female, and maybe the females want to, you know, be spoken to like that or something like that. You know, but luckily like we've never had no issue like that. But it's just like I still try to make things aware, like, you know, be respectful of everybody. Everybody's still here, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
I gotta be aware of who's next to you.
Like there's a weird like feeling when you go into most tattoo shops. It's just like, it's weird. Like I can't describe it in my brain.
What you mean?
Like most tattoo shops, I don't feel it when I'm like looking at your videos. When you walk in, it's real open and like people just seem to
super welcoming.
Well, like, you know, because everybody's locked in and they're focused on their tattoo, you like walk in, and if there's no one at the door, it's just like, and that's so. Do you even
important.
Want me to be here?
Yeah, that's so important too. I was telling my I was at our last meeting with my team. I was telling everybody like our greeting when people walk into that door is so important. We never want to make anybody feel uncomfortable or like they're not supposed to be there. Right. You know, when somebody comes in, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, like it's an important part of who we are too. You know, like we're not mean people. We're not going to try to brush you off or tell you like we don't want to work with you. You know? Like we don't want to give that impression. So I always say to everybody, you know, keep maintaining that you know, hey, how you doing? Luckily everybody's like that.
Just greet.
Well,
just like somebody's walked in your house.
Somebody walked into your house. You know, you're not going to look at them like, what you doing here? You know, they're going to be like, what?
Well, it's this, you know, like when I was a young man, when I went in to get my first tattoo with that girl, I didn't want to go because like you see dudes that are all covered in tattoos everywhere, and there's like there's an intimidation factor, a little bit, and when you walk in, you're already a little bit on like edge,
on the edge,
and it's just like,
and that's why like in our shop, not to cut you off,
please do.
In our shop, when you walk in, we have these really huge windows that lead out into a lake view, like a lake view, and it's just all green. It's so beautiful in there, very very chill, like. When I opened up the shop, I told Fabian and Kay, I said, this tattoo shop is going to be what I don't want from the other shops that I learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked in 2 different shops.
You learn what not to do.
What not to do, what kind of vibes I wanted in there, you know, even as far as the music. Music is important, you know. If you have somebody who, like, never spent a day in the streets, and they walk in and the first thing they hear is like Young Boy slamming. I mean, you probably don't know who that is.
I don't.
You hear like Young Boy just going crazy on the music. I mean, they're probably gonna be like, you know, we're maybe not in the right place. Like, so like just being presentable, you know,
or like super heavy metal.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute, should I be in here?
It might get like that after like 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, I always tell them like we ease through the day. You know, we don't go to the shop and just start going crazy. You know, like. Definitely.
You start out with Kenny G. No, I'm kidding. I don't think if I ever walked into a tattoo shop and I heard Kenny G, I'd be like, "Am I in the right place? I'm not here for a massage."
That's funny.
Yeah.
You guys should come through one day, man. Come check it out.
Well, for real, like
come get the experience.
You know, like I said, I wanted to come through earlier this week. It's just, you know, with the 4th coming, it's been a super busy week.
Honestly, I'm in the middle of a move, so it's been really hectic for me as well.
But like for me to come into the shop, you don't even have to say shit. Right. You just, what's up, man? And then because like I'm one of those.
Man, you gonna come in? We're gonna give you a big hug.
There you go. But like I'm just like, if I come into a place like a new place like that, you know, I'm probably gonna bring my camera.
As you should.
I'm probably gonna make some content, you know, and it's for you. It's, you know, I'll use it as well, but I'll give you everything I make.
Right.
You know, if I shoot photos, if I take video, I'll give you all of it. You know,
dope, man.
I like doing that. I like working with people, and that way, that kind of gets my creative juices flowing. And it's like one of those things too. It's like you know, we're new friends. It's like, you know, I'm gonna do a little, maybe I'll do a little something. And if you want me to come back, you know, then we'll talk about money or whatever. But I'm not there for that.
No, for sure.
You know, that's not what I'm angling for.
For sure.
It's you know, that's kind of like how I did do some work in one of the tattoo shops around here, and it was like before, you know, the one I owned, but yeah, it was you know, and it was literally just like, it was kind of like when I went in and did the piece with Grumpy's, the owner. I wanted to do a documentary or a small mini doc about like businesses being shut down during COVID, and then like, what did it take? How hard was it? What did your people go through? Those types of things. You know, and I only got to 2 businesses, and the second one was the tattoo place, and I could not ever lock down the owner for like an interview.
Right.
You know, because like
it's tough.
If he's in the shop, he's fucking working.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man.
But yeah, I mean, for sure, you know, I wouldn't want to like bug you or take your time. I would just come in and
do it on the day off, man.
Yeah. Well, no, I would. See, that's the thing, man. I would not have you in on your day off, man. You got books to read, meditation, and working out.
You're right, man. You're right, man. I'm working tomorrow, though. Sunday's on my day off. Yeah. But I'm working tomorrow. Are
you?
Yeah.
You didn't push anything back for this?
No.
Did you? Okay, good.
No. I finished my client today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What time did they get in today?
I think they were there by like 10
o'clock?
Yeah.
Damn.
I've been losing. After like 9, I lose track of time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm there. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of flows from there.
Those can be long days.
Yeah.
You start working on a big piece.
Yep. Not even like touching the phone.
Yeah, you don't even think about nothing.
Yeah. Thankfully, that's why I'm so grateful for my assistant. She's really been a huge
help. It helps. Yeah. You got to have somebody at the helm.
Yeah.
You know, running shit. Now, you guys did y'all do that? You did do it, the Friday the 13th tattoo. 13th, yeah. How'd that work out for you?
It was dope, man. We had over 200 something people come.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really dope, man. I think the one on the highlight is an old one.
Is it an older one?
Yeah, it's an old one. But if you go on
from last year?
Yeah, that's from like last year. So if you go down, we had a little post right there. No, wait, go down a little more. Right there with the Labubu. We tattooed somebody's Labubu. So that's some of the flashes that we had.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what those things are.
Yeah, I didn't know what they really were either, to be honest. But somebody asked me if I could tat it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I saw it was trending and stuff, you know. That's Nat. Shout out, Nat. That's my dog.
What's up, Nat?
Yeah. It was fun, man. It's a great time. I think it was one of those things, too, where it's like, and Friday 13s are hectic. Because people aren't really aware of, like, the amount of time that it takes to kind of get. I mean, we have 200-something people coming in. Like, you got to be patient.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people get rushed and, you know, trying to, like, get in and out. But it's like, you know, there's only so much.
So many artists and so much.
But so, like, when we did our last Friday the 13th, it was the only people. It was, I think, 4 of us.
Okay.
So this year was way smoother. You know,
had more people.
Plus we were still, we opened up that side space. So we just kind of made it a lobby because we're not tattooing in there yet. So we made it a big open lobby for everybody to kind of sit down, and it gave like less anxiety on our artists that were tattooing in the other studio, you know. Because when you have people sitting there and just waiting, and they're like staring at you, dude, it's weird. It's like it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. You feel rushed, and we didn't want to rush no tattoos, man.
Yeah,
like I told everybody, take your time, do your tattoo, do it efficiently. You know what I'm saying? But take your time, man, and no need to feel rushed.
Yeah, because I mean,
days like that, our artists probably won't even eat. You know, like how much of a rush it is. You know, but I try to stay on top of it. I'm like, man, everybody go take your break. Everybody got to take at least like a.
Now, was that like a walk-in day or?
Yeah, so we did first come first serve, and we did pretty low prices on that too. We did 13, 31, and 130.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were coming in for the 13, the 31, but we did get a lot of people for the 130s as well too. You know, so.
My kids are avid Friday the 13th goers. They find a shop and they go.
Yeah. I think there's no more Friday the 13th for the year.
Yeah.
But next year for sure, man, y'all should come through.
Oh, we'll come through before then.
You need to for sure, for sure.
I got a whole piece I want done all right here.
Hell
so.
Yeah. I've been looking for an artist to help me work on a sleeve or two.
Okay.
You know, I definitely I got this thing when I was married. It was like a Father's Day present, but I never finished it. You know, I get shit about that all the time. they're like, oh, what do they call you? There's a name or something that the tattoo artist would always call me, because it was like, I pussied out is what they, they'll say. But I'm like, no, that was the way the tattoo worked.
It's not done yet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to get that finished up and then start something over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
should do some anime work, man. Let me know.
For real.
That's
what I've always, I've like I said, Dragon Ball Z. I've always I saw you had Gohan.
Yeah.
I have always I used to have these really high res images that I would get off the internet. Like back then, they were high res, and back then you had to dude, the internet was way different when it was first out. When it first came out, you couldn't there was news group readers and all this shit you had to do. So anyways, I would download. It would take me 2 days to download these images, and they were huge files. But it was like baby Goku sitting or Gohan sitting with all the little Dragon Balls, and he had his little hat on. And I was like, I'm getting that fucking tattooed on me somewhere. And then I started finding all the anime women. I was like, I want to get all them on me.
Yeah, I need that one.
Yeah, but I was like, maybe not so much. But yeah, for sure, I'd love to work in some of my favorite shit.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man.
Yeah, when you have a chance, though, I was going to tell you earlier when we were talking about anime. Black Clover, if you haven't watched it.
Black Clover.
Yeah, that's really a good one that's out right now.
Where's it on?
It's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, Crunchyroll.
Yeah, okay. And they're about. It's been 4 years since the last season dropped.
Right.
So now they're about to hit season 5. 4 years later.
Right.
It's been a minute. Okay. So
let me ask you, what's your favorite podcast right now? That you enjoy
that
watching.
I listen to. I listen to a bunch. I listen to. There's a Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs. He's got one. I listen to.
Oh, from Dirty Jobs.
Yeah, I love his voice.
Yeah,
I can listen to that on the way to sleep, and he just puts me out with his deep voice.
He's dope.
I listen to Fake Doctors, Real Friends. It's the guys from the show Scrubs.
Oh, okay.
And they have a podcast.
Nice.
My friend Connor, he does the Who Are You podcast that's here in Jax.
Oh, nice.
I listen to that podcast.
Nice.
I don't listen to mine. I very rarely, unless I'm just checking for audio.
Right.
He saw me at my job the other day, and I was listening to one of the previous podcasts, but I'm really slow. Like this setup right here, when we stream to YouTube, it's so easy because it's there.
Right.
And when we get done, it's just there.
Right.
But then getting it to transfer to the audio format, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that stuff, I actually have to edit that, and then go and upload it separately.
Yeah.
And I'm about 12 episodes behind.
Oh, okay.
So I sat down 2 days ago and I uploaded about 6 new episodes.
So you guys are on Spotify as well?
Oh yeah, we're on all the little ones, the big ones, all of them.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we run through a company that's like our hosting site.
Right.
They're based here in Jacksonville. They're called Buzzsprout. So you upload to their hosting site, and then they just fan it out to all of them.
Put it everywhere. Yep.
Yeah, so that really helps as far as reach.
Right.
But I'm getting more views on YouTube anyways.
Right.
I mean, that's where I get the majority of my stuff,
The
like views and
YouTube.
listens. But I have to stop being lazy and say. It's not really so much lazy. It's just that I know that people are watching and listening on YouTube.
Right.
So I'm like, does anybody even listen to Spotify anymore? But
I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would because
it's way less data.
I actually listen to some podcasts on Spotify.
Okay.
So, yeah. One of my favorite podcasts right now actually is Real Ones with John Bernthal.
I have heard of that. I have not listened to it.
He's great.
I love John Bernthal.
Yeah, he got some great podcasts. You should check him out.
I will. Yeah. There's some other ones. There's my friend. No, it's not my friend. I don't even know him. But a guy named Cameron Haynes. He's got one. I can't remember what the name of it. But there's the Meat Eater podcast. Of course, Joe Rogan. You got him. You got it. I mean, that's like Wikipedia at this point.
Literally.
It's bigger than Wikipedia.
Right.
He's had so many.
Joe Rogan's great.
Yeah. I really, it's not for him. It's really just the people that he has on.
Right,
he has so much reach now.
Oh, for sure.
And that would be
had almost everybody. On there at this point,
he's very selective with the people he does have.
Right.
And it's a lot of less the politicians for me.
Right.
And more so I love the scientists.
Right.
I love that and I'm not really an MMA guy.
Right.
But I do like listening to it.
Right.
Because it's I don't know much about it.
Yeah, no, I mean.
And the people are interesting.
Yeah, they got some interesting lives.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many good podcasts out there right now. And I think there's what did we looked it up one time? I think there's 3 million podcasts in the world.
Crazy shit
in the whole world or some shit like that.
That's a lot.
But when you you subtract that from how many people, there's like, what is it, 380 billion or something. I don't fuck how many 8 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
That's a fuckload of people.
Yeah.
So even if I'm just a little scratch in the dent, but that's still a small pool.
For sure.
You know,
For sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, everybody got their own audience, you know, and it's going to grow at its own pace.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, and I'm one of those type of people, like, if you look at my Instagram page and you're like, damn, that motherfucker only got like 400 people following him. But I just started that podcast page.
Right.
But my photography page, I haven't grown. I haven't done anything with for a long time. You know, like I took a year off from shooting. Right. I was burning myself out.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah, there's definitely days where I feel like I'm like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tired, but I don't have no other option, you know? But those days that I do feel like that, like I'm grateful enough to be aware that I know what I'm feeling, you know? And I'm like, something in me just tells me like, you got it, bro.
Tired is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That means you're doing something. Yeah. You know, like you're moving and you're staying active. And I know that everything that like I'm tired from makes sense. Yeah. You know? So
if I was making a living from photography, I wouldn't have stopped.
Right.
I would have pushed whenever I felt that feeling of being overwhelmed, I would have pushed harder.
Right.
But, you know, ultimately it's just one of those things. It's like I'm not getting paid right now. So I was like, you know, and, you know, I don't want to piss off all my friends because I have a lot of model friends and, you know, all that. And I offer my services to a lot of them.
Right.
You know, I would do a lot of their behind the scenes and, you know, just whatever they needed or wanted, you know, I would come and do their, like Cam, he was doing, him and Elliot and Jennifer, Janeo, they were like doing, they're doing separate stuff now, but they were doing like fashion shows.
Yeah.
And I would come through and do like video for them and stuff like that, and or you know, photos or whatever they needed. And it was, but you do enough of that, and it's just like, damn, this is like all I'm doing on my free time.
Right.
So it's like cool. It's like cool to be working and doing the art.
Right.
But then on the other hand, you're like, shit, I got stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Like other stuff.
Things, yeah.
You know, so I came. I took a break. I started remodeling the house.
Right.
You know, and.
But you dedicate some good time to this, though.
Yeah,
you know?
I do.
And this is something that you enjoy, so it's cool that, you know, like, maybe that break was good, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like,
it really has got me refocused on this.
Right.
And it's not that I'm going to stop being a photographer, but I'm just like, I really enjoy this.
You enjoy this. I mean,
I love
new people, getting new conversations, like different experiences, man.
That, and I'm a total, like, tech geek.
Right.
So, like, all this type of stuff and all this, like.
Yeah, when I came in here, I was like,
damn,
man, this is nice, man. This is great. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I plan on, you know, like you, I plan to expand and like get better equipment.
For sure.
You know, I need to hire another him.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he's not able to be here.
I get it.
And it's just like, you know, I don't want to make him feel bad for not being here.
No,
like, bitch,
sure.
you got a life, you know?
Yeah, everybody got a life.
Yeah, he's married to my daughter. So I'm like, you better go take care of that baby, my baby girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know.
And it's the summer. I'm working a lot now.
Yeah, he does HVAC.
Oh, okay, nice.
This is like the worst time for him.
Yeah.
60, 70 hour weeks.
Yeah, he's lost some weight.
Yeah, literally.
Being in the attics.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, my friend Connor, he does the Who Are You podcast. He's an HVAC as well.
Okay, nice.
That joker is like 8 feet tall.
Right.
I can't imagine that son of a gun being in an
Trying
attic.
to walk through them ducks.
It's gonna be some feet holes in the sheetrock.
Yeah.
Shout out Michael Nava. Shout out Time Place. Shout out Carly Robertson. They stopped in.
Yes, sir.
Michael Nava said, "Any discounts for tats or deals?"
Hey,
so actually, hold on now.
Dude,
every
the
Friday,
Graybeard podcast tattoo.
Every Friday we actually offer $50 3-inch tattoos and smaller.
Nice.
Yeah, just depending on the designs. We normally have flashes already made on Fridays, so you can select from them. Or if you got a request, we're more than welcome to look at it and see what we can do for you.
Very cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna pay for it, but like I'm gonna say this right now. Anybody wants to get the Graybeard podcast logo tattooed,
dude, let's do it.
I'll pay for it. We got to keep it 100 or below, but I'll pay for it.
Let's do it.
I'll throw 100 in there too.
Bro, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun. We should definitely.
I'm not getting
Come on,
one.
man. Somebody got to be down.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I will pay for
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
He'll pay for it, man. Just
There
come
you
through.
go.
We'll get you guys right, man.
That would be dope. You know, Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, it would. It would be dope.
Yeah, I like that.
I really like that. Can I see that?
Yeah, my friend Angelisa, she does these types of things. She did this.
Nice. I like that mug. That's,
Yeah,
that's
dude,
a nice
who
mug.
you telling? She
It's
like
nice
it's acid etched. I mean, so
you
that's,
keep it in the freezer?
fuck no, I don't drink beer. I'm gonna try to put some hot coffee in it one day. But like, you know, like that book. That's from an author we had on.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking to another author that's a friend of hers, and you know, yeah,
She's actually a surgeon that works with my wife.
That's true. That's very true. She is a surgeon. But like people just give us stuff, you know, they bring stuff. I don't ask for it. I don't need it. It's not necessary. But when people do, I'm like, dope. I've given shit away too.
Yeah,
right now I'm out, you know, but like my shirts and stuff, you know, like I was buying them and I was just giving them to guests. Right. So I'm out right now. I just talked to my printer and she's getting ready to
working
get,
on
know,
some. Yeah, I'm working on some merch right now for our
yeah,
team,
like
so.
I'm thinking like I'm gonna do some new hat designs and shit like that. But you know, I like the fitted hats.
Yeah.
So, but you know, when I get some stuff together, man, I'll bring it to you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's always nice, you know, to have that that either you sell it or you just or you give it away. You know, somebody's wearing your merch.
Yeah, I definitely gave away a handful of merch.
Do you have merch for your shop?
Yeah. We had some beige ones that said Jaguar Tattoos with our logos on the back, and then we had black ones that had the kind of beige print on it.
Black
right
ones
now,
sold out.
Yeah, all of them.
Everybody likes
the beige
black.
ones too. Yeah, the beige ones sold out too. Right now I'm working on like hockey jersey styles.
Okay,
yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty
that
dope.
would be cool.
Yeah,
I got a Deadpool hockey jersey.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm working on some hockey jerseys right now.
Well, good, man.
Yeah, it's
good.
cool.
Expand that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a good way to like spread the word. I mean, that's better than a business
It's
card.
like a team almost too.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
it kind of gives like that team look.
Yeah, well, that's why I was giving those shirts out. People wear them.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. He's a photographer. He does Swim Week in Miami.
Right.
It's like this really huge event for models and you know all that good stuff. Photographers go down there, but he has a client down there, and he posted it on a story of his, and he was like, he wore my shit to one of the runway shows that he went to with these like very popular models, and you know there's a lot of people in the room, and I was like, I can't believe you wore my shit. That's dope.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, people will see it too, man.
It's very
people
flattering.
Yeah, people see it. It's awesome, man. I love when I get a new follower and then we're like, I remember one time this lady came in. She said that she seen one of our artists wearing their shirt, and it was at the coffee shop. And then she's like, "Oh, I saw the thing." So I took a picture of the tattoo, and she actually was somebody who came to our ink and sip.
Oh, nice.
So she didn't even come for a tattoo. She came for the ink and sip event that we hosted up. I was like, damn, that's really cool.
Those are the best. To me, that's kind of like the best stories. You know, it's like the best success story. Like word of mouth. Like, how did you find me?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of engaging with my people like that, but I probably should.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah,
it's always cool to know where.
Yeah, but it's not like people can just roll up in here. Yeah. Like at your shop, they can come by, they can see you, they can get a tattoo.
Right.
Now, I will say, you got a business or a cool story, I'll sit down and we'll chat. You know, and I don't give a fuck how many followers you have.
Yeah, somebody knocking like,
the
Great Beer Podcast.
Right. Well, I don't post my address, but well, that's one of those things that like with podcasts here in Jacksonville, like I've heard stories and. There's a few people here in Jacksonville that like they won't have you on if you don't have a certain number of followers.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah,
because there's people that have no followers and they're cool as shit.
Yeah, or they're doing really well for themselves. You know, like that can probably teach you something.
Yeah, and you can have a really cool conversation with them people.
One of my mentors is doing amazing, and he probably got like 30 followers on his social media because he's not on social media. He's like outside of it.
If you're if you're an artist or whatever, you don't got time to sit on fucking social media.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. That's the bad thing about this is because you kind of have to be one of those people.
Right. And that's with me, man. Like if it wasn't for what I do, I don't think I'd be on social media.
Yeah. No, me neither.
Yeah. It's just I wake up every day, I shoot out to my broadcast channel. I'll message my broadcast channel, and then I'm messaging my team. Then I'm like kind of thinking of what I'm scheduling for the week, and kind of things like that. And it's just like it's a lot, man.
You said broadcast channel. What is your broadcast channel?
So
is that on Instagram?
Yeah, that's on Instagram. So if you go, let's see,
is it on Jaguar's Tattoos or?
So if you hit my stories, click my stories.
Ooh, wrong mouse.
If you click my stories,
whenever my internet decides to go.
This is a channel that allows me to engage with my audience a little more personally. I kind of like give them like, you know, firsthand access to like dates that I might have available. So if you click on that, on the actual post.
Oh, on the actual post?
So actually, okay. So this is another thing too. Instagram's a little weird.
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't allow everybody to have a broadcast or to be able to join one.
What?
It's like you got to be at a certain update on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So it is kind of. I mean, I'm sure you can.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. So like,
it's kind of how you keep everybody up to date day to day.
Keep it up to date. Yeah. So right now, I think I got about like 200 and something members on there.
Oh, look at that old motherfucker.
But yeah, like on there, like people will go ahead and let me see if I can pull it up on my phone real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. Like, I get these messages from Instagram, and they're like trying to get me to do that kind of shit,
like
and,
broadcast.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
You should. So right now I got 216 members. It fluctuates. It goes up and down. I think people get tired of hearing me like send out these motivational like messages sometimes in the morning, you know. But I love it.
Maybe,
like,
or maybe they enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, those who are on it definitely do. You know, I get a lot of like likes back on stuff. When I posted this morning about coming to the event, I had gotten 10 likes on it. You know. But it's just me really just kind of staying in tune with my audience and kind of just letting them know what we're doing. They're getting the first-hand things before my post, you know, or before they see a reel or anything like that.
Yeah.
So those who aren't
on my channel, intimate.
A little more intimate, yeah.
No, I like that. Well, I was going to tell you earlier, I don't remember, I might have mentioned it, but like, you know, they have like the subscription thing now on Instagram, and I think on Facebook, and, you know, and maybe YouTube as well, for sure on TikTok.
Right.
My friend Will, the barber, he's like, that's his thing. He wants to start getting his subscriber base, like people that actually subscribe that pay for a subscription. And what he wants to do on that page is, you know, he wants to basically set up and start doing like videos for tutorials on like how to do a certain cut. Right. Or like, oh, okay, we're working on a beard today.
Yep.
Or
that's exactly what I'm doing with the Patreon as well too. It's gonna be like, you know, one of those websites where like
highly specialized.
Yeah, you know, they can come in and I'm gonna be giving game on like just running the business in general.
That's huge.
Tattooing, how to have the patience in certain things. You know, I think just the mindset is far more important than everything else, because if you can't get your mind right, you know, it's kind of hard to maintain the rest. So like just different guidance on just being an all around, you know, well fit to be a tattoo artist or to be a tattoo business owner,
right? You know? Or just a business owner in general, like
business owner in general.
That's something that I always come across with like entrepreneurs or business owners. You know, they're like highly motivated towards the business aspect. Like, you know, I need to make sure that this is running so that this runs smooth. So this, and it's like dominoes.
For sure.
You know, what would you like? How would you describe success?
For me, I think is doing exactly what I said I was going to do. Like being able to kind of be financially independent, where I can go ahead and make a living and provide for myself, my family, and do the things that I love off of my creativity. You know, things that I told myself I was going to do, not because of, you know, a job that I'm working. For me, like, success is really just enjoying what I love to do every day with work and being able to be free to do the extracurriculars that I want to do. You know, even the majority of my time I spend at home, but, you know, just being able to spend that time at home is a blessing as well. Right now, even though I would say I'm very, like, rich at heart, I think with my team and just, you know, sometimes, like, the other day, like, I had somebody that I used to tattoo when I was, like, tattooing from home, and they were, like, so excited about everything that I had and that they saw at the shop. And it made me remember, like, damn, like, everything I wanted to do, like, I'm kind of doing it right now. Yeah. Although, like, every 6 months to a year, my mind always wants more, you know? So I try to not allow myself to get lost in the journey, you know, because we're always going to, well, at least for myself, I'm always going to be more hungry for the next big thing. But for me, truly, success is just really just enjoying what you love to do and being able to love people and receive love, you know, and living happy.
That's dope.
You know
man.
what I mean? Able to
So
be
you
happy,
would
man.
say you're a success then?
I would say yeah. I would say I'm getting to where I want to be. You
Yeah.
know, there are some times where I do have some struggles and mentally, but for sure, like
you get it like that.
I've been beating it. You know,
get it like that imposter syndrome.
What do you mean by that?
It's actually a thing where you get, like, for me, it happens for me a lot, like
Right.
because maybe it's not growing fast enough, or
Right.
I don't get enough views on something
Right.
that I'm like, I get like, why the fuck am I still doing this? What am I doing even?
Right.
What are we doing here? But
Right.
like a lot of sometimes business owners do fall into that trap.
Right. I don't necessarily feel like that. I think for me, like where I'm at right now is it was written already. Like I read a book by Napoleon Hill. Not sure if you guys ever heard it, Think and Grow Rich. I actually got it on me.
Oh, nice.
I always keep it. It's like a little Bible for
Look
me. I
at
swear
you.
to God, yeah. Let me pull it out real quick.
See, mine is The War of Art.
Have
you read that?
Art of War, yeah.
No,
The War of Art.
The War of Art.
Yeah,
It's a totally different book.
Is it the gray cover, gray and red?
It's white and black. Like
White
it's
and
got
black.
white with like black writing. It's by a guy named Stephen Pressfield. I used to have it, but it's like I would tell everybody about it.
Right.
For sure, it changed my life.
This changed my life for sure. This is actually the third time I'm reading
see.
it, and I just got the actual
Hardback.
copy of it. I mean, it's been rewritten plenty of times.
I mean, it's a beautiful book.
It is a very beautiful book. Napoleon Hill, he was somebody who traveled the world and studied the most successful people and try to recognize their bad habits and their good. And he kind of put it in the book in a well-formatted way to think and grow rich, And honestly, for me, like, it's been something that I'll just pull it out nowadays. Like, I read the whole thing from front to end, like 3 times, but I'll pull it up. Whatever I'll read,
I see you have things marked.
Yeah. So actually, my other book is a lot more marked with this. Like, I kind of just try to find something new to like kind of open up to.
Is that how you find your like inspirational quotes and stuff like that?
So, not necessarily. It's more like a guideline.
Okay.
Like, that book allowed me to, kind of see things in a different perspective as far as like writing down your goals, and writing the strategies that you need to take to get there.
Yeah.
A lot of people live off memory, and memory dies sometimes.
It does.
So it's always best to kind of have them written down, whether it's a postcard, a piece of paper. With me, it looks kind of weird when you walk into my room. It looks like I'm under investigation. But like when you go in my room, I have like all these papers written on my wall, and it's just like, just kind of my affirmations of telling myself what I'm gonna do, who do I want to become, and really writing down those strategies to get there. And I always keep those by my side when I wake up in the morning. I'll read it. Just kind of remind myself what I'm doing today.
That's freaking huge.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's important, and I didn't realize how important it was until I read that book.
Well, just being such a forward thinker like that, like being motivated enough and like finding the motivation. And sometimes we run out of motivation. You're like, I have to remotivate myself.
Right.
But doing that, like you don't find people doing stuff like that for a job.
It's odd. Yeah.
Like if you go work for a company, you're not doing that. You're just like, oh, fuck. I get up in the morning, I got to go to work. But for you, you're actually getting up and going, I get to go to work.
Yeah, I get to go to work today.
Yeah.
And,
I get to go do something
I give
love.
a lot of grace, like for sure. Like when I wake up, man, I'm super just thankful, man, because where I was even just a year, 2 years ago, like I was not in a well position, and even before that, I was in worse conditions, so like being able to kind of walk in and see that I have a well-loving team and that they're like happy that I'm there too, is kind of like, damn, I got the little family that I've been wanting, It's
like wood on the fire.
Yeah, it's really dope, man,
Nah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's really dope.
It's
dope. It's a blessing, man.
Hell yeah, man. And shout out again to all the people that work over at Jaguar Tattoos.
Jaguar
I'm
Tattoos,
sorry, we got to involve them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. I really wish they could have all been here. We
was
probably
gonna
would have
say-
been circling around this whole place.
Yeah,
but
we don't got enough cameras, bro, or mics. But maybe next time you come on, we'll bring one of your people with you.
Most definitely.
I was honestly, when I was like, I didn't talk to him about it, but people have showed up before with like a couple of people or like an extra person, and I'm like, well, you could have told. It's fine, but just like, hey, say something. But I was like, this dude's gonna roll up like 5 deep.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, usually I do. Usually I roll up with like my whole team or at least majority of them. But But now today, I was like, man, I'm solo dolo riding, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna come through. I did ask some of the guys that were at the shop, but they're all tatting.
Yeah.
So I was like, man,
That's
I'm
good.
just
That's a
I'm
good
ride.
sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna go roll up.
They're working.
Know? I was like, I got y'all, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, I wanted to find out about you because you're you own it. You're the founder.
For sure,
you created it. It was your vision.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we pretty much covered. But like I'm always curious, like how the vision works.
Okay.
With someone like yourself, like that started a business and you started from nothing and you went to where you're at now.
So, a little background of how it really all started. It was when I was living in North Carolina. It was like my second reset because my first reset was when I moved here to Jacksonville. Then I started tattooing, but I never changed mentally. Like I didn't do a lot of self-development.
Okay.
But when I moved to North Carolina, I remember driving and I was on my way to like these outlets and I drove by a company that said Zimmerman Development. Like the outside, just the architecture was just so beautiful and it had these glass windows. And I remember just picturing myself I pictured myself like in a full-blown suit, like standing in that window and it's saying like Rodriguez Development, you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to Barnes and Noble and I'm gonna just like see what I could find on like starting a business or what kind of business. I didn't even know, like I didn't even want to do it with tattoos. Like I just wanted to start a business, you know. So I picked up the Rich Dad Poor Dads, the Robert Kiyosaki's, all great series, and I started reading in them and I just became so locked in. And this kind of like a little touchy topic, but it was like so locked in that like at the time with the girl that I was dating at the time, like she was definitely like a great person, you know. She was there for me and stuff. But I was changing rapidly, like too fast, you know, and I already had like a goal, a vision, and she was kind of like used to who I was, not who I was becoming. And it took a kind of toll on both of us, you know, because I was like, I'm ready to move back. I want to start this business. And my drive was like, just turned 26. I said, when I turn 27, I'm going to have a shop, you know, and I'm going to make sure I do everything right. So like for me, I felt like I still had the time. And I think even if you're 36 or you're 46, I think you still have plenty of time to be where you want to be. So when I came back, I decided, you know, I was changing mentally. I lost a lot of friends that I was with, you know, just because we weren't on the same.
Did you lose them really though?
I want to say like yes and no. Like, you know, like some I see often and then there are some that I just completely don't speak to at all, you know. And it's just because of like, you know, just life and the way things are, you know. I don't have enough time to spend with certain people, or I'm just not trying to allow certain energies where I feel their place, you know. Like I've learned a lot, and me taking all that in, I use it in my day-to-day life. So when I feel like something's fucking that up, I don't allow it
if it's not a value.
If it doesn't serve me purpose, like as selfish as it sounds, like I don't allow it in my life, because I serve those that serve me. Yeah. You know, and if it's something that just doesn't fit with what I see myself being as a person, my moralities or anything like that, I just.
Or if it detracts.
That's
a big problem.
Yeah, you know, I can't allow that, man. You know, and it's not just for me, like it's for my team too. You know, like I gotta make sure I'm up here, because, you know, even though they don't depend on me, my team, my brand, my you know, my entity, like it depends on me, you know. So like I have to go and be this person that I want to be. Also too, like we've I'm not sure if you've seen on there, but we go and we've spoken at the nonprofit organization here in Jacksonville. It's called the Performers Academy. Have you ever heard of them? Shout out to them, man. It's a great great nonprofit organization. So they're actually a school of arts and like educators who help kids that are in need, or those who you know, like orphans, or just don't have a place to stay, like teens from like 16 to 21 or 22 23. And they had some aspiring some artists in there that were like, you know, kind of going through things, but they did have like aspirations of being a tattoo artist or just being artists in general. And they reached out to us and asked us to come. That's one of the spots. That's the right
Which
there.
one?
The middle one.
Yeah, so we did an event there. This is like the second time, but that's kind of how the building looks. We did an event there. We were doing free tattoos. You know, it's a nonprofit organization, so
Right,
we were
right.
there just doing like free tattoos. But they had a whole bunch of vendors, artists, people playing guitar. Like it was, Performers Academy is a really great place. But they help these students in need, or you know, just these kids day-to-day life, man, that need some guidance, you know. And it was great. We got to go there and speak to them, and we went there. This I think our third time.
Nice.
Yeah, we went there 3 times, and we go there, and it's just like, you know, these are the type of things that I take into consideration too. Like, you know how, like I was saying before, like when my friend kind of congratulated me, like sometimes I got to remember, like, for me, a goal is to be able to get to where I want to be in my life, to allow myself to be able to teach people
Right.
how to get to that same spot that want to learn it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Give back.
give back, you know, and provide value to people. So like, even just something like this, I was like, wow, I kind of felt like a success in that moment, you know. I was like, this is, you know, I'm living kind of what I wanted to do, you know.
Yeah.
So it was great, and this is something, you know, anybody can really do, man. It's just a matter if you put your mind to it.
Yeah,
and your intentions got to be
I've got
pure.
a buddy of mine who started a foundation here in Jax for like disillusioned teens,
Right.
and you know, what you got?
I think if you go down a little bit, a little more.
But shout out J Foundation.
Oh yes, shout them out.
Disenfranchised teens and people that are
Right
in
there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
that one.
Yep. So that was us when we was out there, just kind of putting our artwork out there. The kids, the students will all sit there, and we answer any questions they had. You know, it was really dope, man. It's a great opportunity because, like, you know,
Some good art.
yeah, us, you know, we all have our own testimonies, you know, and
Yeah.
being able to have shared that with, you know, these students that are there just trying to find a better way for their lives, like, it was really great. It was a great experience.
How was it received? I mean,
You know, I'm like, so for us, it was really like pleasant because like they were like taking full initiative on like asking questions, and they seemed really interested.
engaged.
You know? Yeah, they were really engaged.
That's really
But
cool,
it's really
man.
cool. But yeah, that was our second time going up there and speaking. We went there the first time too. Some of the students went back to listen to us too. But it's really dope. That day was a job fair.
Okay.
They were hosting a job fair.
Okay.
So we came by and we're kind of just telling all the students and everybody that was there, like, you know, what kind of route it takes to become a tattoo artist, how to build a portfolio for an apprenticeship, and yeah, things
Which
like
is
that.
probably one of the biggest things,
Yep.
the biggest steps that people don't realize.
Yep. Fireworks.
Is that you? Oh, that's fireworks. We live out here with the rednecks.
Yeah. But yeah, just being able to kind of, you know, provide
Guide and
value
that.
to
Yeah,
them,
yeah. Guidance is always. There's a lot of people that are, you know, I said disillusioned earlier. I meant disenfranchised. There's a lot of people in Jacksonville. There's some areas where there's not a lot of room for growth. There's not a lot of opportunities,
Right.
and you know, people slip into certain things
Right.
that they shouldn't be. And that's
Yeah.
like I said, my friend Jay. He's out there trying to show them a different way.
Right.
He's got people that are friends. He's got friends in real estate, and he
Right.
shows these kids. He takes them to their offices, and they talk to them and teach them about real estate and
Yep.
how to make money that way. And you know, instead of being out, you know, gang banging and whatever.
Yeah.
Damn, they are going
They're
off.
going off. It's nighttime now.
Yeah, but so yeah, I love those types of outreach programs.
Yeah.
I think it's huge for people that are successful or on their way to success,
For sure.
or you know, maybe just have a really good, like, a bead on like the business,
Right,
and
right.
like you can teach it to someone or talk to them about it
Right.
in a way that they'll understand.
Right.
Because there's some of those people that have talked
Right.
that I've listened to, and I'm like, I leave more confused
Right.
than when I came in.
Yeah.
Like, if you can teach
Yeah.
me about this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, I was math. I was like one of them ESE kids. You know, I was in a special class.
Yeah, I was terrible at math at school in
Yeah.
general.
Oh yeah, I didn't do good.
Yeah.
No, I've always. I've always had the goals and dreams, and it's funny, when I was in high school, a buddy of mine, his stepdad told me what you said earlier. He sat me down and he goes, Jim, what are your goals? Right. And he made me write them out. And he goes, now I want you to write the steps to reach each one of those goals. The steps.
There's a saying, it's like, who do you want to be? Mm-hmm. Why do you want to be it? And then it's, how can you be it? Yeah. And just writing those down.
It's like an action plan.
Yeah, it's the first step to chasing what you want to chase, you know? So, like, that's something that's important. I think everybody needs to, like, kind of do that.
Yeah.
At some point.
It's definitely a good tool to use. Yeah. And then you got to have that drive.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the most important. You got to have that fire in your ass, man. You know, if you don't, it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, I get on myself because I feel like at my age, you know, like I was married for 21 years, and you know, I raised 2 beautiful daughters. One's married off now, has a kid, and I'm just like, I think I've done everything I can. You know, I'll start getting into this thing where I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. Like I could get hit by a truck tomorrow and I'd be like, I'm fine. Yeah. You know, it was a good life. Yeah. You know, so I have to get myself into that mindset. And that's something I don't even think that way. I mean,
you're going to get, everybody's going to get to a point in their, when they get older, that they're going to be like,
shut it down.
Shut it down. But when you shut down, you're going to be like, shit, I need to do something.
Right.
You know, so that same drive, rather than it coming all the way at the end, man, just keep it now while you can, you know?
Yeah. Well, I definitely have it towards this, like we said.
Dude, I see it.
Yeah. This is definitely where my focus has been. Right. And I don't, it's like I told him and many other guests, is like, I'll do this even if I don't have but like 500 subscribers to YouTube. I don't care. I'm going to do this until take my last breath.
Yeah, I think it's great that you're able to meet, you know, these new people and you know, have these conversations. A lot of these conversations need to be heard, you know. Mm-hmm. And
well, and the cool part is it stays on the platform.
On the platform, right?
And you know, you can take the video, screenshot it, whatever. I'll send you the whole video.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, and then you can cut it up, do whatever you want to with it, make some reels out of it, use it for your content.
Yeah.
You know, I benefit from that as well, but like you know, there's so many things that can be done. And the reason I do this is, you know, I tell people all the time, this is not my podcast. When you're sitting here, this is your podcast. Right. We're talking about you. Sometimes I'll pontificate about my stupid self, but you know, we're all you know, because you'll say something and I'll identify with it, and I'll go, yeah, that sounds familiar, and I'll start talking about that. But for the most part, this is your podcast, and I want people to see it. That's the only reason I want this thing to grow, is so that when I have someone that's a business owner or someone that's doing something really cool, writing a book, or you know, does a backflip real well, whatever. You know, I want people to be able to see that and
give them that exposure.
And give them that exposure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And we definitely appreciate that. That's me and my team, man. Good. We appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy to be here.
Good, man. I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah, man.
I think you are my first tattoo artist, I think, on this format.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so welcome to the team.
Nice, man. Nice, man. That's great.
Where are we at on time, Patty?
Hour 42.
Oh, 42. Damn, we almost 2 hours. Wow. So what do you have any other events coming up?
As of right now, just our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary
on the 13th.
Okay.
Yep. We're gonna have that anniversary go down, and then we're gonna be just back to it. You know.
What do you got going on for your anniversary?
So for our anniversary,
I know you probably already said, but like remind me because I'm stupid.
So for our anniversary, we're just gonna be doing $100 flashes all day that day, and we're just gonna have a bunch of charcuterie out, you know, have some, you know,
charcuterie.
Wow. A little fancy smancy.
Maybe some Gas X.
Yeah, you know.
Pinkies out.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good time, man. Have some good music playing, just taking walk-ins all day.
Nice.
Yeah, just really enjoying the vibe.
A fun vibe.
Yeah, just a fun vibe, man. Not too crazy.
Good.
You know?
And when is that again? On the 13th?
July 13th.
July
13th.
Yes. Sunday?
On a Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, I'll be off. Maybe I'll swing by then.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope.
So yeah. Well, give everybody. He's already showed it, and we've shown it, but I want you to just, you know, just look right there in that little stupid lens and tell everybody, you know, your socials, your website, whatever you got, and tell them everything that you want to tell them right now about your business.
So everybody definitely come check us out, man. You can follow us on Instagram. Our shop page is at Jaguar Tattoos with an _, and my personal Instagram is Tattoos by C-Rod. if you like, join my broadcast. I give a lot of updates on there, and come tune in, man. We'd love to take care of y'all for sure.
Hell yeah. Yep. So we'd be looking forward to seeing that. I want to come through the studio, like I said, maybe make a little content for you, or
for sure,
for
that'd
us.
Be great. Yeah, for us, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe you could do one of our Inconcepts too. That'd be cool.
That would be very cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
That'd be
for
cool,
sure.
Man.
For sure.
Get a vibe of how it works. Too,
yeah. I'll have Pat come in there and we can do a little. You know, he could
tattoo some fake skin.
Yeah, well, that cool. And it's always nice to have like extra pair of hands running the camera. Sure. You know, but yeah, but for sure we'll be out there to see you at some point. Like my mom lives in Mandarin, so like she lives in the house.
How do your mama real quick?
The house we grew up in, she still lives in it.
Okay,
can you believe that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, but everybody make sure you go follow Jaguar Tattoos and Tattoos by C-Rod.
Yeah.
I think Jaguar Tattoos _ at the end.
Yeah.
There's always those things.
Yeah,
it's either a dot somewhere or an underscore, but make sure you guys follow him. Sir. And what do you have a YouTube channel or?
So with the whole project that I'm doing with the courses, right now I'm currently building all that together.
Okay.
So if you guys follow our Instagram, I'll be updating everything soon and kind of letting everybody know when everything's going to be dropping, the links. Right now we're under construction to make it something real valuable for everybody.
I was looking for a website too.
Yeah.
And I mean, people don't really go to websites anymore, but
we actually have a website, but like we put it under construction right now again because we're adding more people. So we have all these bios that we're putting in there with all the photos.
Right.
And we're just
you don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah. We're just kind of
that's cool, man.
A lot of us, I mean, because everybody books through our Square site, so like everybody hits that link, books with us. They see our work on Instagram and our stories and stuff.
And that booking, you have the button on here, or it's
so
on
if you go on the links,
if
you go on the links on either my page or that one, the book now, yep, and this is our shop page. So when you go on it, you can select what kind of tattoo you're looking to get. And have different services, different amount of hours on there.
Right.
So if you go down more, it tells you our location, and then you can click any of our staff members.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, if you click our staff members, it'll tell you their availability.
Are those two brothers?
They look alike.
They look a lot alike.
No, that's Fabian, and that's Joshua. We call him Reek.
Sorry, guys. I'm just saying, y'all look a lot alike.
Yeah, we got K, and then we got T as well.
Cool.
Yep.
That's really
cool. And
we
got some more we're adding on to it.
Nice.
Yeah, we got more adding on to it now.
Very cool. So you guys make sure you go follow and go get a fucking tattoo.
Get a tattoo, man.
Don't be afraid. Yeah. Don't be afraid of the ink. Yeah. Don't be afraid of the pain. The pain's good. It'll go away.
Pain feels great. It goes away literally.
Yeah, and it goes away, and then you're left with great art.
Yep.
So, hey man, thank you for coming by.
Dude, I appreciate you for having me on here.
Yeah, man.
Thank
hopefully,
you so much.
hopefully it wasn't too damn far for you.
No, I mean it was like 30-minute drive.
Okay,
that'll be okay.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Everywhere's 30 minutes from.
Pretty much in Jacksonville.
Yeah, everything's like a 30-minute drive.
It sure is.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, and we will see y'all next week. I got. Well, should we keep it at now? It's I've got our MMA friend coming back on next week. We're gonna go for a ride and on the bikes, and then we're gonna come back and do a podcast. It should be fun.
Nice.
And so that come and join us. All right, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice, man.